Saturday, October 18th, the day that we saw in this country no kings protests all over the country, in almost every state in this country. We even saw protests staying in solidarity in other countries. Now, I didn't go to any of these protests. It was on a Saturday, and that's my college football day. But I was in solidarity with those people on social media, telling everyone to be safe and everything else. Because considering the circumstances of where we are in this country, we need to be very careful about what we do. I was damn proud of what I saw. An entire country, for the second time in this year, standing up to a man like Trump. A man who's probably never had anyone stand up to him before, save only for a few times, when it really matters. You see, I'm going to clear up something about this whole situation very quickly. And Mike Johnson, this is directed at you and the rest of you MAGA sycophants. We didn't protest because we hate this country. We love what this country is. We love what this country can be and should be for its survival. We hate what you, Mike Johnson, you, Mike Lee, you, P. Hegseth, you, Karen Levitt, you, the dog lady, Secretary of Homeland Security, I forget what her name is, you, Donald Trump, and you, J.D. Vance, we hate what you are trying to make this country into. You're barely a full year into leading this country as President, Vice President, Secretary of Defense, and the rest of your positions, and you have made things worse. You have made everything in this country 10 times worse. Our economy in the crapper. Your little tariff schemes aren't doing anything for Americans in this country. You shut down the United States government, all in the feigned bid for you to keep the Epstein files closed. Because quite frankly, Trump, I'm done saying allegedly and all that stuff. You are in those files, and you did molest children. If I'm wrong, show us the files, and I will apologize. I will let you sue me for everything you got. Prove that you're not in the files. Prove you didn't do anything nefarious, and I will pay you everything I've got. But the thing is, you're doing... I'm getting off topic. Let's stick to this. The No Kings rally was about our love for our country. And now you are tearing apart this country. I saw nearly 8 million people marching in the streets of our nation in solidarity to make sure our country it returns to the values it once was that made America great before Donald Trump came along. And speaking of Donald Trump, do you want to know what his response was? His response was, forget it, let's go. I'm going golfing. I'm going back to Mar-a-Lago. I'm going to golf, whatever. He decided to post an AI video of him. Now, mind you, I am not going to show you any of that video. I'll show you these photos, but that's it. He gets into a cockpit of what I'm assuming is an F-18 Hornet. with a crown on his head, no less, and decides to fly over American cities, dropping shit bombs on American citizens. You heard me right. He's dropping fecal matter, shit, on American citizens, on American cities. And you think that's some sort of fun time for you, Trump? You think this is funny? Having a sense of humor is one thing. Being an asshole is another. But the funny thing about all of it is that we didn't see any violence on the 18th. The only violence that was perpetrated, and Mike Johnson, you better be listening. The only violence that I saw watching on television, hearing about it on social media, was perpetrated not by the Democrats, not by the people wearing No Kings t-shirts, not by the LGBTQ in attendance, not by anyone else in attendance, but by the MAGA, who were trying to instigate something. Let's get straight. We already know that you're a liar, Mike Johnson. We know this for a fact. And we called you out on it. Nothing bad happened during the No Kings protests. But you, on the other hand, want something to happen. So Trump can get his dream of initiating the Insurrection Act and declaring martial law. See, here's the real point of all of this. You could have said, okay, I disagree with you, I understand, I disagree. Instead, you want to lie. You and the rest of the MAGA want to lie on us? Karen Levitt, I am talking about you. Claiming that half the country, just because we don't vote for Trump or support him or criticize him, which is our right to do as Americans. You call us terrorists, and you number us and look us in with Hamas. On October 8th, we saw patriotism. We saw the love of our country. We saw our concerns for our country. I can't even look at a Trump rally and say that that's the same thing that we saw. At every Trump rally that I actually look at, I've seen nothing but hatred. Nothing but mindless bowing to would-be king, to would-be dictator. And I see nothing but wanton violence. And all of it, stoked by Donald Trump and the rest of the MAGA. We're not the problem. You are. If the problem is Trump, even if you had the guts to fly in the plane and drop shit bombs on everyone in this country, you'll still lose. Just as you lost this weekend. You lost your hopes, like, those people are going to give me a chance to declare martial law. And guess what? We didn't. We didn't do the violent stuff that you were praying for, Trump. If you pray, you lose. Again. It must be a bad habit for you to be a loser, Trump. You have all the money in the world. You're the president of the United States, but you will always be, in my view, and the view of everyone in this country, a loser. It's too bad, really. all that money, all that power, and you will always be a loser. Just as you were this weekend, just as you were during your first term, just as you are now, and just as you are going to be when you depart this earth. They won't say, "Here lies Donald Trump, former President of the United States." They will say, "Here lies Donald Trump, former President of the United States, that was a loser." You hoped for a reason for this country to go into anarchy. That shows irresponsibility in my view. And again, you may have you shut down the government. You may have thought that may keep you safe from the Epstein files being exposed, but it's gonna bite you in the ass. And when it does, every one of us in this country, even those who might support you, are going to be laughing our asses off at you. Your time is coming, Trump. And no amount of money, no amount of threats is going to stop that. You are a rapist, and you are a criminal. No Kings Rally, we won. Because we didn't stoop to the same low that your people did on January 6th. We marched for freedom. You and the MAGA, you marched for a criminal. You fought for a criminal. You assaulted police officers for a criminal. One of you actually died for a criminal. That's not brave in my view. What I saw this past weekend on October 18th, that's bravery. And all the people who participated will go down in history as honored Americans. You and the MAGA will go down as disgraced Americans. I hope you're happy. CTP, North Truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.